Hello everyone, my name is David and you are watching Death to Harold. Harold being this guy down here that I am trying to kill. Today is July 12th, 2018, and it is exactly 11 months since I've had loop duodenal switch surgery, which is how I tried to kill Harold. And I've been pretty successful at that, I think. So like I said, today's my 11-month post-loop DS update. So that means on August 12th of 2017, I had loop duodenal switch surgery. That is a duodenal switch with a single anastomosis. My highest weight never recorded was 350 pounds. Approximately, since I never recorded it. Like I said, my highest weight never recorded 350 pounds. My average weight, my weight in the past 2 to 3 years was right around 320, always hovering right around there, a little above, a little below. So even with all those complications and even with the hell I went through, to be able to have my diabetes cured, which was my #1 goal, it's been great. First, when I started the pre-op diet about a couple of weeks before, 2 weeks before I had surgery, I weighed 310.5 pounds. Then on the day of surgery, I weighed 303 pounds. As of today, my 11-month anniversary, I weigh 191 pounds, which means since my highest weight never recorded, I have lost 159 pounds approximately. From my average weight in the past 2 to 3 years, I have lost 129 pounds in 11 months. Since the pre-op diet, I've lost 119 pounds. And since the day of surgery, so exactly 11 months ago, I have lost 112 pounds. For the past month or two, and that's where I've been. I have bounced back and forth between 190 to 195. This morning I weighed 191. It's pretty great. Now really my goal was about 170, 180, but obviously I'm happy to be 190. I'm happy to be in Wonderland. I'm happy to be, down 159 pounds from my highest weight ever, and to be down 129 pounds since my average weight of the past 2 to 3 years. It's incredible. I'm no longer a diabetic. If this is your first time watching me or, hearing my story, like I said, exactly 11 months ago, I had a loop duodenal switch. I had that surgery in Mexico. My insurance would not pay for that surgery, so I found a cheaper option down in Mexico. Now the doctor, I went to Mexico Bariatric Center, which is in Tijuana. I had Dr. Jamie Ponce de Leon. There's a lot of mixed things about him on the internet. Someone told me he's involved in a lawsuit right now. I don't know if that's the case or not. A lot of people I guess, have complained about him being not good and having a higher rate of complications than other doctors. I liked my doctor. I thought he was fine. He didn't speak English, so I spoke to him through an interpreter. The staff he had around him that did speak English, I enjoyed them as well. I thought they were great, informative. I did come home with a complication, and I almost died. However, the doctor here in the States that saved my life, when he went inside me, said everything looked great. Everything looked exactly the way that they would have done it had they done that surgery themselves, and they do it. Long story short, I was going into septic shock, and I was very close to dying. I felt like shit. I felt horrible. I had a leak in my surgery. However, like I said, when he went in there, he said everything looked great. There was no shoddy workmanship inside me. It's just one of those things, you know. Sometimes complications happen. That's what happens with any surgery. So I don't know how to feel about my doctor. I don't bring it up often in these videos of where I went and what doctor I had, because there's a lot of crap out there about him. However, I don't know if I blame him for my complication. It was just a leak that was causing abscesses to grow inside me, that was sending my body into septic shock. The doctor I saw here in the States, in Utah, that actually works for a group that does weight loss surgeries for people here in the States that, you know, can either afford it or their insurances pay for it. Like I said, he looked inside and said everything looked great. Everything was fine. He cleaned up the abscess, cleaned everything out. You know, we decided to keep my drain in longer than was normal to keep that emptying. But the leak took longer to heal itself than they thought it was going to, and it started creating another group of abscesses. Another group, and I had to go back into the hospital again to fix that. So within the first month of my surgery, I had been in like 2 or 3 different hospitals, a couple of ambulance rides. It never got as bad as that first time that I went in. And, you know, I wasn't ever as close to death as that time. And even now, I don't like saying I was close to death, even though my family and my wife have to remind me that that's really what the case was. I was really out of it. I was so out of it when I went to the hospital, I didn't realize what was going on. But I did kind of have the sense that when they, in the second hospital, on that first time, when they wheeled me into a room that was huge, and it was all for me, and there was, you know, I can't remember how many people were in there. There was like 10 people in there. Doctors and nurses and everything just for me. Even in my out of it state that I was in with septic shock, I kind of at that point realized, you know, oh crap, this is bad. And it's hard to admit how bad it really was. But, you know, obviously I made it. Here I am 11 months later, hovering around 190, which is less than I weighed when I graduated high school. So like I said, even with all those complications and everything, I would do this again. To be able to have my diabetes cured and all the health issues that were looming over me. You know, my blood pressure was starting to get high. I couldn't do simple, normal things. And now I can without even thinking about them. I can take several flights of stairs without a second thought. I can go to the movies without worrying about who's going to sit next to me. I can ride airplanes without an extender, without lying about my seatbelt, or without, you know, I don't worry about it now. And all those things were such a heavy burden on my mind, I didn't even realize it at the time. And everything that goes along with being overweight. You know, the choreographed dance that I had to do to get in and out of my car. Gone. This video is already long enough, but I'm going to be doing these videos now once a month. There's no major updates. There's no major changes. You know, next month will be my year mark. And everything has settled down. But I'm liking it here in my new city. I'm liking it here in my new body. I'm liking it with Harold being basically dead. And I hope all is well for you. If you're contemplating getting any kind of weight loss surgery, don't be afraid. Yeah, there's a lot of complications sometimes, but really that percentage is small. And even with my complication, even with almost dying, like I said, I would do it over again because the benefits I'm experiencing, even though I have the hiccups right now, and I get those more now after the weight loss surgery. But God, the lighting in here sucks. I'm really sorry. Sorry for the hiccups. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next month. See you later.